A previous speaker, Andy Harris, mentioned that his birthday is next week, and I share something with him because my birthday happens to be next week as well. And not only is it next week, but it's on January 22nd, which is the very day that the horrific Roe versus Wade decision was issued. And for decades now, I literally on my birthday can't help but thinking, with all the joy you have with your family or with friends or colleagues and celebrating your birthday, I can't help but think of those millions and millions of little innocent unborn babies that were not born, that have never experienced life because of a tragic decision that was made, that they had no part in making that decision at all, but their life was ended before they were able to share the blessing that life is. That's why we need to overturn that horrific Roe versus Wade decision, and many of us have been working for years and years now to do that, or to do everything we can up to that point until ultimately the court makes that decision. We have a responsibility, I believe, to protect the most vulnerable among us, and that is innocent unborn babies. It was one of the principal reasons that I wanted to come to Congress. It was one of the principal reasons I wanted to be on the Judiciary Committee, and I was blessed to be chosen by one of the legends in the pro-life community, probably the father of the pro-life movement here in the House, and that was the late Henry Hyde, who chaired the Judiciary Committee. And next to Henry, Chris certainly is the leader since Henry. I was, as Chris mentioned, being a member of the Judiciary Committee, I was able, it took me a number of years, was able to work my way up to the chair of that committee, and did successfully pass the Born Alive Infant Protection Act, which saved babies that they were literally finding in soiled utility closets. We had nurses that had formerly worked in abortion clinics, and they came and told just terrible stories of what had happened, and that is now no longer the law, but we need to go beyond that. And then after that, to pass probably what is the most significant pro-life legislation since Roe v. Wade, and that's the ban on partial birth abortion, which I offered along with many other members. We fought for 8 years all the way to the U.S. Supreme Court. Steve King and so many other folks, twice to the Supreme Court. And ultimately, I remember when that decision came down, I was in Judiciary Committee when we all heard about it, and we're so excited. And we don't know exactly how many babies. We think tens of thousands every year that has saved, but we're still losing so many other innocent unborn lives every year in this nation, 61 million since Roe v. Wade that we know of. So I just want to thank all my colleagues who are here this evening and spending their time to do something, I think, which is probably one of the most worthy things we can do with our time here in the House, and that's to try to protect those that cannot protect themselves. So thank you to all that are here, and I yield.